What's up, everybody? Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, back with another daily deck tech video and another viewer request. And today's viewer request has me excited because I'm a massive Lord of the Rings fan. And we have Gimli of the Glittering Caves. But before we get into that, if you like my deck techs or my discussion content or my new budget content, feel free to subscribe. Let me know what I can do to improve in the comments. And if you want to see a commander deck made, or your commander made into a deck tech, we do have a Google form you can fill out in the description, or you can just drop it in the comments down below with what commander you want, theme, budget, cards you want to include, cards you don't want in there, and I will do my best to get it done. We have quite the queue left up here of about 13. I love being a community-driven channel. But without further ado, let's get straight into it, shall we? So we have Gimli of the Glittering Caves. So who's Gimli? Gimli's everyone's favorite dwarf from Lord of the Rings. He is a 1/1 for 3 with double strike, and whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, whenever another legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on Gimli of the Glittering Caves. Whenever Gimli deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. He's pretty simple and straightforward, right? He's a 1/1 for 3. And the double strike is nothing to balk at. So what we're going to try to do is play a bunch of low to the ground little legends and, you know, beat some face, get some treasures, and all of that fun stuff. To start us out here, normally I don't put a whole lot of planeswalkers into decks because they're extremely vulnerable. But Fire of Resistance is an exception in this instance because he has 4 loyalty, he's a 4-drop, and he searched for a basic mountain and puts it into your hand. So his +2 is to ramp you. His -3 is to deal damage to target creature equal to the number of mountains you control, so some removal in there. And -7 is you get an emblem with whenever a mountain enters the battlefield under your control, this emblem deals 4 damage to any target. God help your opponents if they allow you to get off the ultimate. Our creatures, we have a pretty stunning cast here today, full of legends. So we have Alexios Deimos of Cosmos. I love this card. He's a 4/4 for 4. He has Trample, and Alexios Deimos attacks each combat if able, can't be sacrificed, and can't attack its owner. And at the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player gains control of Alexios, untaps it, and puts a 1/1 counter on it. Gains haste until end of turn. Now, something that is very interesting that not a lot of opponents seem to know is you can nerf Alexios pretty hard because they get to assign the damage for the trample. So they can assign all of it to a 1/1 and have none trample over. But 1, I don't think a lot of people know that. And 2, I don't see people cooperating all that much with it. But he's a legendary 4/4 beatstick. We have Anax, Hardened by the Forge. His power is equal to your devotion to red. He's a *3. And whenever Anax or another non-token creature you control dies, create a 1/1 red satyr creature token with. This creature can't block, and if the creature had power 4 or greater, create 2 of those tokens instead. We have Etali, little Etali if you will. Whenever Etali attacks, exile the top card of each player's library, then you may cast any number of spells from among those cards without paying their mana cost. So a nice little theft guy. He's one of our top end spells here. We have Felden of the Third Path. Create a token that's a copy of target creature card in your graveyard, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. Gains haste, sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step, but it will be a legendary creature coming into play, so it would trigger Gimli. And then we have Gimli's dad, Gloin, Gimli, son of Gloin. He's a 3/3 for 3. Whenever you cast a historic spell, create a treasure token. This ability triggers only once each turn. Artifacts, legendaries, and sagas are historic. Sacrifice a treasure, goad target creature. We have Goro, Disciple of Ryusei. He's a 2/2 for 2. Creatures you control gain haste until end of turn for 1 red, or you can pay 5, create a 5/5 red dragon spirit creature token with flying. Activate only if you control an attacking modified creature, which works really well because Gimli is going to have some counters on him. We have Grenzo, Havoc Razor. This card just continues to be hilarious. Ever since I found him, I start shoehorning him into as many decks as possible, to be honest with you. We have ourselves, whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, choose 1. Goad target creature that player controls. Exile the top card of that player's library until end of turn. You may cast that card, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell. pretty simple. Goading people's creatures is one of my favorite things to do. Carry Zev, Skyship Raider, first strike and menace, and when she attacks, create a Ragavan. A legendary 2/1 red monkey creature token. Ragavan enters the battlefield, tapped and attacking, exile that token at the beginning of combat. Which is hilarious because we are also running Ragavan Nimble Pilferer, but this one is just called Ragavan. Okay, so if they are both on the field at the same time, they won't pop. We have Karlach, Fury of Avernus. Whenever you attack, if it's the first combat phase of the turn, untap all attacking creatures. They gain first strike until end of turn. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. This is really good because if we're pumping up our Gimli, we can get him to attack more than once. We have Kedis. Whenever a commander creature you control deals combat damage to an opponent, deals that much damage to each other opponent. Has partner. This is pretty good because if, you know, Gimli smacks in for, like, say, 10 damage, he's going to do 10 damage to each other opponent as well. We have Magna, the Horde Master. Whenever you commit a crime, create a tap treasure token. It triggers only once each turn. Targeting opponents, anything they control, and or cards in their graveyards is a crime. You can also sacrifice 3 treasures to create a 4/4 dragon, scorpion dragon creature token with flying. Activate as a sorcery. We have Norin, Swift Survivalist. He can't block, and whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, you may exile it. You may play that card from exile this turn. Not as good as his original version, Norin the Wary. This little bugger is incredibly difficult to kill. My friend Jason runs a Norin the Wary ETB trigger deck that is about $15,000 because he's got it super blinged. And whenever a player plays a spell or a creature attacks, remove Norin the Wary from the game and then return him to the battlefield under its owner's control at end of turn. So he's very scared. He's very weary. He blinks out, blinks back in, which will trigger your Gimli. We have Professional Facebreaker. He has Menace. Whenever one or more. This is one of the few non-legendary creatures that we have here, friends. I think he's like one of 2 in here. But Menace, whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. Then you can sacrifice a treasure, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. We got Ragavan. Does he really need any introduction? By the way, he has $60 of this deck's $300 budget. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token, exile the top card of that player's library. Till end of turn, you can cast it. You can also dash it from your hand for 2. So you play him, he has haste, and then he returns to your hand. We have Rogak, Son of Roga. First strike, menace, trample, partner. He's a 0/1 for 0. Normally, you see him in CDH as a partner commander for colors, and to drop him down early to activate things like Gaia's Cradle or Mox Amber. But in this, he's just going to put a counter on Gimli. Fair. We have Slicer, Hired Muscle. He has more than meets the eye, double strike haste. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you may have that player gain control of Slicer until end of turn. If you do, untap Slicer, goad it, and it can't be sacrificed this turn. If you don't, convert it. Squee, the Immortal. You may cast Squee, the Immortal, from your graveyard or from exile. Pretty easy. Torbrand. If a red source you control would deal damage to an opponent, or a permanent opponent controls it, deals that much +2. We have Tuk Tuk the Explorer, haste, and when Tuk Tuk the Explorer dies, create a 5/5 colorless goblin golem artifact creature token named Tuk Tuk the Returned. We have Urbrask the Hidden. Creatures you control have haste. Creatures your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. Captain Lannery Storm, haste, and whenever Lannery Storm attacks, create a treasure token. Whenever you sacrifice a treasure, Lannery Storm gets +1/+0 until end of turn. We have Zorn, the other non-legendary creature in this deck. If you would create 1 or more treasure tokens, instead create those tokens plus an additional treasure token. We have Zurgo, Bell Striker. Zurgo here is a simple 2/2 for 1. This is before he got super big, right? Zurgo Bell Striker can't block creatures with power 2 or greater. And he has dash, so you can dash him from your hand. Sorceries, we aren't running very many. We have Blasphemous Act, pretty simple. Call for aid, gain control of all creatures target opponent controls until end of turn. Untap those creatures. They can haste until end of turn. You can't attack that player this turn. You can't sacrifice those creatures this turn. So it's like a much worse insurrection. We have Chandra's Ignition. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each other creature and each other opponent. Use this with your Gimli. Disrupt Decorum. Goad all creatures you don't control. I love this card. I love it a lot, and I try to play it as much as possible. Instance, we're running 8. We're running Big Score, Thrill of Possibility, Unexpected Windfall, Demand Answers as our draw spells. A couple of them do create treasures, both Big Score and Unexpected Windfall. We have Chaos Warp in there. Gimli's Fury, target creature gets +3/+2 until end of turn. If it's legendary, it also gains Trample. So, you know, it's a little pump spell, and it's on brand with Gimli, so I wanted to put it in there, right? We have Monstrous Rage. Target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Create a Monstrous Roll token. If you control another roll, put it into the graveyard. The enchanted creature has +1/+1 in Trample. And then we have Unleash Fury. Double the power of target creature until end of turn. Artifacts. We're actually running a bunch. We are running Basilisk Collar, Bloodforged Battle Axe, which makes a copy of itself when the creature you control connects with it, or when the equipped creature does. Brotherhood Regalia to give unblockable. It also gets Ward 2. We have Diamond Pickaxe and Gold Vein Pickaxe to generate treasures. We have Gimli's Axe, +3/+0. Gives the equipped creature Menace if it's legendary. We did run Helm of the Host. I know this card's not great, right? Like, it's 4 to drop and 5 to equip. People are going to see it a mile away and do removal. But, you know, I just want to live the dream, okay? But feel free to drop this card and put in Lightning Greaves, okay? Or Whisper Silk. Oh, I already have Whisper Silk Cloak. Or Silver Shroud Costume. We have Ruby Medallion to cheapen our red spells. Swiftfoot Boots for protection. Tenza, Godo's Maw. Equipped creature has +1/+1. As long as it's legendary, it gets +2/+2. As long as it's red, it has Trample. Reaver Cleaver. This creature gets +1/+1 in Trample. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, create that many treasure tokens. Spear of Leonidas. Whenever equipped creature attacks, choose one. You can either have it have double strike, create Phobos, a 3/2 legendary red horse creature token, or discard 2 cards and draw 2 cards. And then we have Whisper Silk Cloak, which makes it so the equipped creature has Shroud and unblockable. We also have quite a few enchantments in here, a lot of which is going to work with our Goad sub-theme we have in here, which are Acquired Mutation, +2/+2 and Goaded, the Sound of Drums. If enchanted creature would deal combat damage to a permanent, it deals double that damage. It's also Goaded. Let's see, what else do we have in this? Enchanted creature has, whenever this creature attacks, it deals X damage to defending player, where X is the number of cards in their hand. When Unquenchable Fury is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, return it to your hand. Put it on your Gimli and beat the brakes off someone. We have Curse of Opulence. It's a curse. You enchant someone whenever each opponent attacking that player, whenever enchanted players attack, create a gold token. Each opponent attacking that player does the same. Sorry. We have Day of the Moon. Choose a creature card name, then goad all creatures with a name chosen for Day of the Moon. This is pretty interesting. I haven't played this one before, but it does goad. And if somebody has a really big scary commander, use that big scary commander to beat someone else to death. We have Descent into Avernus. You know, this card used to be $8, and in less than a year, it has jumped up to $20. And I really hope that I don't have anything to do with that, because I love this card and I always sing its praises. I am too small to affect card markets, thank God. Remind me that if I ever become a large YouTube channel, to not sing the praises of good cards that are cheap so much, because I don't want them to raise in price. I want the game to be affordable for everyone. We got Sticky Fingers. Enchanted creature has Menace, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. When the enchanted creature dies, draw a card. Put it on your Gimli, who has double strike. Let's see here. Vow of Lightning. Enchanted creature has +2/+2. First strike and can't attack you or planeswalkers you control. Rising of the Day. Creatures you control have haste. Popular entrance. Command creatures you own have. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, goad target creature that player controls. And Gimli's Reckless Might, a card which I have only gotten the benefit off of twice, but you know what? We're living the dream here with Gimli. Creatures you control have haste and formidable. Whenever you attack, if creatures you control have total power of 8 or greater, target attacking creature you control fights up to one target creature you don't control. Then for our lands, we do have Rogue's Passage, because I'm me. I've got to have this. We do have some cheap mana ramp, well, not ramp, some fetches to help us shuffle. 32 mountains. We do have a Reliquary Tower. And we do have Dwarven Mine, which makes a dwarf. There you go. So that is the build. Let's take ourselves over to the playtime, shall we? So let's see. We go out one. We're starting here with a 2-land hand, but we do have Ragavan in here and a Goldvein Pickaxe, which are pretty solid starts. So we're gonna play. Oh my goodness. We're gonna play Ragavan on turn 1. Turn 2, we have a mountain. And you know what? We're gonna swing with Ragavan. And we're gonna say they got a land off the top of their library, but we do get a treasure token. Where are we? Treasure token. There we are, treasure token. Next, we're going to untap. So we have our treasure. And you know what? We're going to just... Oh, that turn we played this. Then we drew, our treasure's gone. Goodbye, treasure. And we did not draw land. However, it's okay. It's okay, friends, because we are going to drop Norin the Wary and Norin Swift Survival. So we get to set counters on him to 2. And he gets to attack this turn. He's a 3/3 double strike already. We'll swing Ragavan at someone. We'll swing this. We get our treasure back. Good old treasure. And you know what? We'll assume they get a land. Can I add a token that's a land? Let's see here. We're just gonna... We're gonna say that this is like, I don't know, a forest. We play their forest. There we go. And then with our forest and our treasure, we're gonna play Goldvein Pickaxe. Norin the Wary will come back. Boop-a-da-boo. Norin the Wary comes back. We add a counter. And then we go to our next turn. So already Gimli is a... Oh, yes. And if he connected, which we'll say he did, we'll get... we'll have 2 treasures, right? Because whenever he deals combat damage to a player and he has double strike, so we have 2 treasures. So we have 3 lands, 2 treasures, a Goldvein Pickaxe. We have Norin the Wary. We have Norin the Swift Survivalist, right? We have 3, 4, 5 mana available, which is pretty good. I am actually going to just equip Goldvein Pickaxe to our Gimli. And then we are going to play Gloin. Remove a counter. We play Gloin. Whenever you cast a historic spell, create a treasure token. And you can sacrifice a treasure to Goad a creature. We get to add a counter to Gimli here. So right now, he is a 6/6. And, you know, swing away. We're going to say that Ragavan got blocked. And so we're going to use Norin, the Swift Survivalist ability, to exile him. Pretty cool. So he swings in. We're going to say he gets blocked this time because somebody's going to need to block the 6/6 double striking Treasure Maker. And then during our post-combat main phase, we're going to replay Ragavan, which puts a counter on Gimli. And then at the end of our turn, Norin the Wary comes back, which adds a counter on Gimli. Since we cast a creature from exile, or since we cast a historic spell, we get 1 treasure from Gloin. Next turn, we still are online. Even with only 4 lands in our 4 mana sources, with only 3 lands, we are still absolutely bringing in the beats here. So you know what? We are going to we're going to play Tuk Tuk. We'll play Tuk Tuk. We'll sack our treasure for Zergo. This adds 2 counters. So he's 8, 9, 10. He's a 10/10. Yeah. This shouldn't just kill someone. And since we played this, we get a treasure off of that. And we're going to swing in with Gimli. We're going to swing in with Ragavan. We're going to say that, you know, we are able to get through somehow with someone here. So we get through with Gimli at somebody. So he's going to create 2 treasures for this and 2 treasures for that. So then we are going to have 5 total treasures, which is pretty disgusting. We are post-combat main phase immediately going to... plus we're going to say Regimen got blocked again. So in our post-combat main phase, we are going to set these counters back down to 2 to play Gimli's Axe, which is a historic spell. So we get ourselves... Oh, wait, we already did that once this game, or this turn. So we have that in play. And then we are going to go down to 1. Oh, wait. Dang it. Set counters to 1. To replay our Regivan, which puts a counter on Gimli. See how fun this is? And then next turn, we draw. Oh, look at... We finally found another mountain. Which, let's look back here, friends. Let's just double check here for posterity. We are running 38 lands, so, you know, luck of the draw. But we're still able to operate. We're going to go ahead and equip Gimli's Axe. So now he is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He's a 14, 11 with double strike and menace. Yeah. That's pretty terrifying. Oh, and he also got 15, 12 because Norin. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to draw. There we are. Monstrous Rage. We're going to go ahead and play Monstrous Rage on him. He gets +2/+0 until end of turn, plus he gets a Wicked Roll token. And you see the gist. But let me know what you think here. We'll do one more opening hand. Oh god, that's terrible. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. This is much better. As always, I'm Weston with the Hidden Gibbon, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. What's up, everybody?